Hi folks, and welcome back to the repair of the DANSETTE Tempo. Well, we're on the home straight now, folks. I have not done a test fire yet, so yeah, anything could happen, and anything can happen, and it usually does, but we'll see where we go. I'll just make myself a cigarette because I've not had one for quite a while, and somebody advised me not to smoke while I'm working. Well, the person who gave me the repairs to do knows I smoke, so but I will give everything a good polish up and a good clean before it goes back, because I always do anyway. But you know, Phil knows I smoke. It didn't seem to bother him, so why should it bother anybody else that I smoke when I'm working? I don't tell other people what to do or require the same from them. But there you go. Anyway, but I'm not working now. I'm talking. Right. So I've wired all this back up. I've changed the rectifier because I wasn't really happy with that small weedy diode I put in, and I decided to go for something a bit more chunky. So I've changed that and used colour-coded heat shrink. So we're all right. We're okay there. The deck is earthed. So, you know, but in all honesty, correct me if I'm wrong, and somebody probably will say, but do you know something? In all my years of doing this, I've never heard of anybody getting a shock off a deck fitted with a two core power lead. Never heard of it. I'm not saying it's never happened. It's just that it's never happened to me, and I've never heard it happening to anybody. And you know, so if you've heard of it, then let me know. Be most interested, and let me know the circumstances if you know them. But I do agree that a 3-core lead is safer, and that's why I always fit them if the circuit permits it. On transformerless circuits, no, I don't fit them. But if there's a power transformer, then yeah, pretty much everything with a power transformer you can fit a mains earth to, and so I believe. But these DANSETTEs certainly. The earlier ones, like the popular, that don't have a transformer, then no, that's a big no-no. Yeah. I was taught. I had a visitor today. Do you remember the Bermuda? Well, I sold that on Facebook Marketplace, and I sold it to an old gentleman, and him and his son came to collect it, and we also exchanged phone numbers just in case he had a problem, but he didn't. Anyway, that old gentleman has stayed in touch, and he came to see me today. He's been here a few times since, and he's turned into a very good friend. He came to see me today to have a look what I got from the swap meet, because I told him I was going, and he expressed an interest because he tinkers with radios himself and the clocks and stuff. Hang on. Oh, I don't know about the beans. I haven't had beans. I had vegetables last night for me tea. Or vegetables with me tea. Yeah, I even had vegetable water to be gravy, you know, when you fart it stinks. Yeah, definitely. It all contributes towards the flatulence. Anyway, he stayed in touch with me And he came to see me today, and I didn't actually know this, but funny story really, I didn't really know this. I've got a Yamaha organ in the dining room, which I acquired a few weeks ago. And he came in and he just walked straight up to it, switched it on and started playing it. I didn't even know he could play, but he could actually play. And he's like 80 odd, and he's there, you know, stood there playing this organ, really enjoying himself. I thought it was, you know, I said to him, I said, well, at least you can get a tune out of it, Fred. I bloody can't. You know, I've got every intentions of having a go. You know, he couldn't use the pedal board because there was nowhere for it. I haven't got a stool, so he couldn't sit. So he just had to use the keyboard. But yeah, he made a pretty good job of it, to be honest. And he actually came to pick up some EL84s that I promised him ages ago. I had all my EL84s tested. Jay tested all my EL84s, and so no, and I sold a couple to Fred for £5 each, and I think that's a fair price for them. I think it's cheap for them, but you know, he's a friend, so I let him have them at £5 each, which I thought was okay. That's acceptable, and I gave him one or two other bits and bobs, a couple of transit screws he wanted for the deck and whatnot. So I gave him those, and he happened to notice my reel-to-reel tape recorders up on my bookcase, and told me he was in the market for one and asked if he could purchase one. So I sold him one of them for 20. I sold him the BSR one for 20 quid, and you know, he was here for a couple of hours and then he toddled back off home. Nice fella, yeah. Anyway, he's talking about wanting to come to the swap meet with me and Mike in November. I told him he can. You know, as long as he meets us there, because we leave at 9 o'clock. 9:30 at the very latest. So as long as he gets here for about 8:30ish on the day, yeah, he's more than welcome to come. Sure, Mike won't mind. And I said to him, I said, listen Fred, I said, if you go there, mate, you'll be like a kid in a sweet shop. I said, you'll feel 21 again. You go there, all that stuff, you know. But yeah, nice old gentleman. You know, and a lot of my friends are well older than me. I mean, Tyrone, he's well older than me. Mike's well older than me. Fred, well older than me. There's a lot of people that I know that are well older than me. I like older people because I find older people, I find them more interesting. I really honestly do. You know, I just do, because they've got stories to tell you. I mean, young people, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with them, but or people of my age group, I know the same things they know. You know, and you know, anybody younger than me, I know it. I knew it before they knew it. But you know, people like Francis upstairs, Mike and Fred and Tyrone and whatnot, and a few others who I know. You know, you know, they've got stories to tell you, and a lot of it's very, very interesting. And I like that kind of thing. I like, you know. I just do. I'm into listening to that sort of thing. You know, I'm one of them people who might think I'm a bit of a weirdo, but you know, I don't think so. You know, and it breaks his day up for him as well if he comes. You know, comes and has a chat and a cup of tea, and you know, it makes his day. Same when Mike comes on a Tuesday, breaks his day up, breaks his week up for him. It's like Steve, when Steve comes on a Sunday, it breaks his week up for him, you know, it breaks his day up. It's, you know, something else for him to do, something else for anyone who comes here to do. People who come here always find it interesting because of the things, the items I've got knocking about, you know, and I mean, people who come here, their eyes are everywhere. I mean, they really are. The stuff I've got knocking about, radios and things, you know, it's, you know, people just find it very interesting when they come and see me, and that's nice. You know, I had a girlfriend last year, and she says to me, I'll get on with this in a minute. She didn't say that, but she says to me, she says, well, why? She said, why do you collect radios? What's the point of collecting radios? So my explanation to that was simple. You collect ornaments. Why do you collect ornaments? You know, my radios are just like ornaments, except they're functional. If I want to pull one down and put it on, I can do. If I want to use it, I can. An ornament, you just dust it now and again. Radios and record players, yeah, they're very functional items, and they have a purpose. An ornament doesn't have a purpose. You know, take for example these little pot bells that people buy. You know, what's the purpose of a pot bell? You know, for me it's no purpose, but for the person who buys it, then yes, the purpose is the enjoyment of having it. And it's the same as me with my radios, it's my record players, it's the enjoyment of having them, you know, looking at them restored, you know, looking at them restored and working and thinking, yeah, well, I did that, you know, and you know, I take pride in when I show people what I've got and what I can do. Like when Phil came the other day, I brought him in here. It's a bit of a tip in here, but I brought him in here, you know, and you know, showing him my camera and my bench and what I do and where it's all done, where it all happens. You know, it's yeah, basically that. Anyway, let's get on with this. I haven't test fired this yet, so I haven't put the cartridge back in it yet, folks. But what we'll do to begin with, we'll check to see. I want a brew in a minute. Don't spitting feathers. I've not had a brew for ages, about 4 hours. I'm in bad need. Well, I say a brew. I'm having a coffee, which really ain't a brew, is it? Because you don't brew coffee, you brew tea. Put this motorboard back in with the deck. This is all wired up. I didn't do a video of wiring it up. I didn't see the point. What's the point of making a video of me wiring it up? You've seen me do it hundreds of times. Let's turn it off, turn the plug on. The light's on. We're warming up. Oh, we have audio. And the clips fell off the green wire, the cartridge pin. There's no worries. And the tone works. Check the deck. Yeah. The deck's working. Don't know why it does that. Still. There we go. I need to find that green cartridge. I need to find a cartridge pin now, so I'll put the cartridge back in. But we're up and rolling anyway. Let's check all the speeds. 78, 45, 33, 16. There we go. I'll put it on 33 because I'm going to be playing my test album in a minute. That's if the cartridge ain't dead. I've got a feeling. I did test it on the signal tracer, but I wasn't happy with it. Wasn't a lot of output, so we'll see how it performs when I put it back in here. So you bear with me for a minute, folks, while I just put the cartridge in. I'll find the missing cartridge pin. It's probably dropped in there somewhere, and get that soldered back on. Make a coffee and then come back. We'll have a record on. But I think Phil's going to be pleased. Now that cartridge has got very little output, folks. There's plenty there. There's very little output, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a look through my cartridges and see if I've got anything that'll do the job. If not, he'll have to just get a cartridge himself. Let's see where my cartridges are. I think these are them. Yeah, these are my cartridges. Bits and bats. Stuff I've accumulated over the years. There's an SC12H there. It's a stereo cartridge, but if that works, I'll put that in. Just try it. I know this cartridge is good. But I wouldn't have kept it otherwise. Get it on nice and tight. It's holding it on. I've not put the cartridge terminal on it yet. But this one's loose. There we go. That'll do it. So what I'll do, see if we can find something else, but we're getting more output from that one than we are from the original. Yeah, so let's have a look through my box. So that's a possibility. I've got this one here as well. This is a Chinese one, but this is a 3-volt one. This one won't work. This one won't work. But we'll try it, because you never know. It does work. That's not bad. So what I could do, I could wire that up for stereo. That's a possibility. Got a BSR full finder. I think that one's a dead one. I'm not sure. But I have got some bits. I've got the bits out of this one, which I reckon. Let's try this. I mean, this is, put that one there for a minute, but I think this one's knackered, but I mean, but this is a 3-volt cartridge. Well, I think it is. But I can't connect it. all just Chinese ones. They're all just Chinese ones and bits. I need to find a cartridge connector as well. That brown one's dead. Let's try it anyway, but I'm pretty sure that brown one's dead. But well and truly. Yeah. Let's try this orange one. I think this one's alive, but I think it's got a 3-volt transducer in it. Bit crackly that one, but and the other cartridge clips fell off. There it is. Right, so basically I need to solder the cartridge connectors back on, and what I need to do really, I need to find some cartridge connectors. So I've got some plugs, got one somewhere. I've got one, actually I've had a thought. I've had a thought because I bought some stuff at the swap meet last week. Was it last week? The week before. Bought some stuff from the swap meet when I went. Well, that's foots anyway, so that could not go in. So we know that. So really, it's either I haven't got a cartridge holder for these, so they're out of the equation. So really, all I can do is put one of these, either the SC12 H or one of these Chinese ones in. The SC12H will go in. Will it clear the? Will this clear the arm? Might not. No, will it fuck? I'd have to put some sort of fucking bracket in there. But I think this Chinese one will, but it hasn't got a hole in it. Yeah, that one would work, but I'd have to glue it in because it hasn't got a hole in it. So I'd have to work something out. But that would work. So that's a real possibility that's going to go in it. But I'm going to leave it there for now. This has been part 4. Sorry, part 5. And the knobs are nice. No crackling at all. And the amp's relatively quiet. I mean, they're never perfectly quiet, but yeah. Right, well, we're not going to hear a record on it tonight, I don't think, but I will try. I will do my best to find some cartridge connectors. I've got some somewhere because I bought some stuff at the swap meet. I just can't put my hands on it. Can't think where I've put it. It's in here somewhere. It's on this desk somewhere. It's on the bench somewhere. Because I bought 2 lots of tone arm wire, and the connectors actually had a connector on that would take the 12H, which is what I'd like to put in. but if I can't find it, I can't fucking find it. It's as simple as that, I suppose. Right, well we've got, oh there's not on that one. There was. Or was there? No, there wasn't. Well, I think there was, they fell off. That's how well they were soldered on. They weren't soldered on by me. They were soldered on when I got them. But don't know where the other wires have gone. I bought 2 lots of toenail wire. But now I need it. Can I find it? The answer to that is a very resounding can I fuck. And I've got no cartridge clips in my cartridge parts box. I thought there would have been a couple in there. And there's not in there. That's... Nope. 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 I'll double check this. See if there's anything in here. There's one there, but it won't fit. There's one in for that. Very, very thin. I've got no cartridge clips anyway, so I'm going to have to get some. Well, I've got one, I just need to find the other one. It probably fell off on the fucking floor somewhere. I have got the toenail wires, but I can't find them. They're on here somewhere. Anyway folks, I'll tell you what, I'm going to leave it there for now. You've seen it powered up, it powers up, it runs, there's audio. It's producing audio. And you know, I think there might be either an add-on to this or a part 6. I'm not decided yet, but I'll have a think. Good evening folks, this is the final part. This is a continuation of part 5. Good morning should I say, and I've got this player finished, it's done. I'll let it speak for itself. I won't play the first track, I'll move it on to the second track that I always play. Oops. There we go. Plenty of volume in it, bags of volume in that. there we go. All done. And I did manage to find a 3-volt or high output crystal cartridge, or ceramic cartridge. It's the only one I've got left, so I took it out of that Bush radiogram and nicked the GP91 out of that. And you know, needs must as the devil rides, as they say. I've just got to put the screws back in it, hold the motorboard in, and then it can be on its way. It's done. Working absolutely lovely. I'm really pleased with it, considering you saw the state that this was in. Let's recap. We had a bent spindle. We had a busted amplifier, a broken valve, a dead cartridge with very low output. Had to go over the deck and service that. Change the idler. We had a loose motor pulley. Luckily it's held on with grub screws, so I tightened that up and also adjusted it to the correct height. And generally give it a lubrication and stuff. And I put a nice good strong EL84 in it. All my EL84s, as I say, they were all tested by Jay from Jay's Vintage Junk. He brought his valve tester here one day on one of his visits, and because my valve tester isn't working yet, and he brought his valve tester with him, and he tested all my EL84s for me, and a lot of other valves as well. Just the important ones, mainly audio ones and radio ones that I use. So join me on the next video, which will probably be the DANSETTE. I think it's a DANSETTE Junior, but I'm not sure. But it's a DANSETTE of some description. It's a 50s one, and I dare say that will need some work as well. So, you know, I hope you're pleased with this, Phil. Hope you're happy with my work, and you know, I look forward to you coming down and collecting your items when they're done, and you know, having another chat and whatnot, and yeah. You all take it easy, and I shall catch you again later. Thank you very much for watching. More to come later. Bye for now.